A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Lisbon parking stand 209er, where we are about to board Ryanair flight 88, call sign Ryanair 2 Tango November from Lisbon to Madeira Funchal. So at the apron here at Lisbon, very nice scenery by Mike Kilo Studios. The only problem is performance is not the best, so on the departure we won't have very good FPS, but that might be due to the photogrammetry that is in the area of Funchal. And not Funchal, of course, Lisbon. So welcome to the flight deck. Aircraft is set up from the ready to go Golf X-Ray Lima, the real flight operating the sector today. Let's take a look at the operational flight plan. So this is the flight plan from Umberto Delgado to Madeira, Ryanair 88, Echo India Golf X-Ray Lima. Cost index is 6, ground distance 566, wind components just 1 knot of headwind, so basically no wind change. Flight level 370, flight time 1 hour 35 minutes, and we have the alternate as Tenerife Sur. I think that's relatively close by. It gives us enough fuel also if we want to come into Line Madeira to do any holding in case the wind conditions are not the best. Routing today, this is missing the fun part. The first is the all but one X-ray departure out of Madeira. All but one X-ray, we are going to be flying that, and then from all but direct to Narta, Galpa, Raccoon 1 Papa for the what seems to be the RNP Alpha approach, runway 05, because that's where Raccoon 1 Papa ends, yeah, at Pili. So some other airlines, they fly the VUR. I think Ryanair flies the RNP Alpha. But never mind, we'll do it visually anyway. So scheduled of block is time 1345, so we're really slightly late. Yeah, okay, 184. It's a full flight today. This flight is completely sold out. Full flight, 0.68.8 tons, takeoff weight 69.5. Fuel, I'm going to take 9 tons. And landing weight is going to be close to the, not that high, but relatively close to max. So yeah, we have to flare a bit more when the aircraft is heavy. That's something I've noticed. The weather today at Umberto Delgado, very decent, 3507 knots, temporary some showers, but it's not affecting us. The weather is good, you can see outside, just a bit cloudy, should be all good. Madeira 3508 knots, scattered 118, but possibly, as you can see, tempo gusting up to 25, so there's possibility of strong winds. And 350, this is pretty much at the limit of what's allowed. So we shall see. There could be quite challenging conditions into Madeira. I haven't flown into Madeira for more than a year, so it will be interesting. Then have through good weather conditions, basically. No temps have been checked, pretty much everything alright. Very short taxi for both, nil for Madeira. Weather conditions en route, basically good weather, as you can see, nothing to worry about. So for the rest of the flight today, we are currently stand 209. We will push back to face west because that makes the most sense, and then we will taxi out. Zulu 2, Zulu 3, Mike 4, Mike 5, holding point runway 02, full length 3707, takeoff run available. So pushback will be straightforward. You can already see there's guidance for the pushback down, something like this will do nicely. And then taxi out Zulu 2, Zulu 3, Mike 5, holding point runway 02, 3707, takeoff run available. And it will be the all aboard one X-ray departure, which is what was filed according to radar box. By the way, that entire route that we just reviewed was completely from radar box, so it's very accurate. About 3000 feet and above checked. I put in a 220 restriction. I think that's what Ryanair does when they're tight turns on the departure like this, until Papa Tango 5754. Flight level 89er. Clean speed today, you can see the approach Vira 40 plus 7216, so absolutely no issues to maintain 220 on the climb. Papa Tango 755, flight level 160 and above, and then it is to Ekper, and then to all bot. All checked, all good, very good. Okay, for the arrival, it is we'll review that later. We definitely need to review this carefully because yeah, it's going to be challenging. Okay, proc page ground distance 558. That checks with the flight plan, so all good. Yeah, it's missing the initial part here, so the ground distance is a bit different, but yeah, relatively close by. Transition altitude 4001, we put in there, plus 1 feet. It's actually 4000. Flight level 370, that is the optimum level according to the FMC. Simply wanted me to do 350 initially, but I told them no. Ryanair filed for 370, we'll do 370. And the rigid takeoff procedure below 80 knots, reject for any engine fire below 80 knots actually, reject for any master caution or abnormalities. Above 80 knots, reject only for engine fire warning. Aircraft unsafe, unable to fly, wind shear. I will go stop, close the throttles, disconnect auto throttle, max reverse, manual raise speed brake lever, apply max minimum braking. You verify auto throttle is disconnected, throttles closed, speed brake up, max reverse, max minimum braking or operation of RTO auto brake. You call 100 knots, 80 knots, 60 knots. I'll stop the aircraft on the runway. Set flap 40 and you inform air traffic control of the rejected takeoff. We identify the problem, run the checklists, consider evacuation of the runway, take it from there. Any questions? No questions. For the seat discussed, EO seat, okay, heading select. It's going to be relatively straightforward here. The EO seat, let me check according to black box 711 for this is Lisbon. Okay, it's going to be very straightforward for runway 02 okay, so this is actually not so straightforward. Okay, so we have to fly straight out to Lima Oscar 401. This is an NDB. So let's go here to fix info page, Lima Oscar. It is the NDB 401. Guess what? It's not there. Okay, you know what? Yeah, it could be outdated database or whatever. Since it's not there, we'll do our own stuff. We'll just straight ahead to the terrain in the area. There is a problem of terrain. That's why to be careful. But the MSA is up to 4,000 feet. So what we'll do is we'll heading select 025, which is the runway heading, and then coming up to 4,000 feet, we will hold 25 miles, which already been marked here on the fix info page. As you can see here, there's a 25 mile fix info page around the airport. Did I delete my... come on, I deleted my own fix info page. Okay, so this is 25 miles firstly, and then there is a 117 radial and 297 radial that marks the change from 4,000 to 3,000. Yeah, so this part here is 4,000, so we have to be 4,000, 25 miles and hold. In the holding here, immediate return runway 02, make right traffic to keep out of the terrain. South of here is 3,000. Okay, that's basically what's going on. So, immediate return, we are below the, we're above the max landing weight of 66.4, so absolutely, but just a couple tons, no issues. If we need to, we can burn off the fuel if it's non-urgent. Urgent, immediate return, no problems. So, push back, taxi out, seat, EO seat, rejected takeoff, immediate return has been briefed. We are ready to go, start the APU. It's getting very hot in here. Fuel pumps, we do have center fuel, so we should take these on as well. And in a couple of minutes we can take the bleed on. Yeah. So because of noise, they want us to delay the APU start as much as we possibly can here at Madeira. Fuel incomplete, seatbelts can come on. Transponder code, let's see what would be a reasonable code to give ourselves out of Madeira. Let's see what code the real aircraft is taking at the moment. So Ryanair 2 Tango November, this is straight from radar box. The transponder code the aircraft is walking at the moment is not available. Wonderful. Okay, let me try ADSB exchange. ADSB exchange normally gives a pretty good information. So Lisbon, the aircraft is departed relatively not too long ago. Ryanair 2 Takeoff score 4405, so we will do that. 4405. And initial climb, it seems that the aircraft out of here, they get initial climb clearance of approximately... Okay, the current aircraft is already set like to 370, so that's probably not very good. So let's see. Flight 100. Yeah, we'll give ourselves flight 100. That's what the departing aircraft have selected based on ADSB exchange. So flight directors, all good. Unicom, because there is no ATC. Ready to go, and it's waiting for a little bit longer. We can take the sunshades away. We'll get that back in once we pass flight 100 on the climb. Any ATC here? There is no ATC, so very good. Rather, well, it's fine. It's not a big problem. Okay, just means we can do everything on Unicom. So we'll take the ground power away. Parking brake is set. Sections ground services release. Grill doors close, and then you can release. And release. And retract the air stairs. Give up the chocks. Okay, very good. Performance. We're going to be taking off runway 02, 3707, Mike 5 intersection. Air conditioning on, anti-ice off, 69.8 tons, that's the current aircraft weight. Acceleration will be 1000, we'll change that, this FMC later. This is the latest weather. Now it's 3011 knots, yeah. 92.6 takeoff, 26k, select temperature 50, 454650. So that is what it is. 1000 here, change it there. 1000 and 1000. Okay, very good. Engine out acceleration 800, there is no issues there. Okay, so an ADP2 departure today, and we're coming up on 3 minutes already, so we can take the AP bleed on. Very good. Okay, we're ready to go. So let's run the safety inspection checklist. Safety inspection, surface chocks check, maintenance status check, battery on, electric hydraulic pumps on, landing gear lever down. That is checked. Let's do the PA and then we can run before start checklist. Ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon to you. Welcome aboard Ryanair flight 88 service from Lisbon to Madeira RWY. Full flight today, we have on board 189 passengers. We are relatively heavy. Thank you very much for arriving to the aircraft on time. Apologies for the slight delay here. We should be going the next 5 minutes. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you very much for choosing to fly with Ryanair, and we wish you a very pleasant flight. Flight time today expected to be an hour and 35 minutes, cruising 37,000 feet over the Atlantic Ocean over to Madeira. Windy conditions in Madeira forecast today. There might be quite a bit of turbulence on the final approach and landing, but rest assured we are all well trained and ready to do the flight. Thank you very much once again. Enjoy the service and enjoy your holiday or wherever you may be heading to in Madeira. Alright, that's done. No ADC online. Let's get the tower connected and we can run the before start checklist down to the line. Pushback tab not available. What is it?
Cockpit to ground.
Okay, it's fake connecting, but we will get the pushback, yeah.
Okay. Ground, stand by.
Okay, before start checklist down to the line, let's do the transient one, because this is actually I believe supposed to be actually no, it's not a turnaround flight, so we have to do the full one. So before start checklist, RS mode selectors, nav, gear pins 1, 2, 3 removed, probe covers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removed, light tests checked, oxygen tested 100%, yaw damper is on, navigation transfer display switches normal auto, fuel we've got 9 tons required, 9.1 on board, 6 pumps on. IFE galley power cabin util switches are on. Emergency exit lights on, fasten belts on, window heat on. Echo and press, PEX, auto, bleeds on, set. Registration mode selector is auto. Instruments we have headings 170, 170, QNH 1013, set 1 slide 3 times, indicating 350, 350, 350, cross checked. Auto brake, RTO, hydraulics are normal. And speed brake down detent, parking brake set, step trim cutout switches normal, we will fire warning is checked, radar and transponder set and standby. But aileron trim we have 3 and 0. Takeoff briefing discussed, PA complete, FMC CDU set, N1 IAS box, auto and set. Step trim we have auto for both of course, yeah. Step trim 6.3 units has been set. Performance, weather balance, side and send, EMP, airplane mode, stowed mode, mobile phones, airplane mode, flight deck, windows and cockpit door closed and locked, passengers seated. Before start check is completed, down to the line. Okay. So anyone behind us? Nope, apron is clear, we can go. So, let's start the pushback.
Ground.
Yeah.
You may disconnect.
Okay,
So they should
let's
work.
disconnect.
So, before start checklist below the line. Aircon packs off, anti-collision light on, parking brake is set, and transponder alt off. Before start checklist is complete. Now release the brakes. And there you go, start going. Off block time 07. We are 22 minutes late, that's fine. But the traffic Ryanair 2 Tango November pushback stand 209 to face west on Zulu 2. But correction, Lisbon traffic. Yeah, I said Madeira traffic. To Madeira behind it seems. Okay, let's say clear to start engines. So, I didn't take the packs off, that's my bad. Okay, so now packs off. Start number 2. Two. Or pressure. And 1. So we have fuel flow and EGT rising. Looks like the QNH has changed. QNH now 10123401 knots. Start cutout, monitoring 2. 2 stable, starting engine 1. And 2. All pressure. And 1. So let's say they said, okay, pushback complete, set brakes. Brake set. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see the signal on the left side. See you next time, bye-bye. Fuel flow, EGT. So very nice here, looking out over the Ryanair terminal, I guess. I'm not sure, did they get bussed over from the main terminal or did they actually come here? I'm not sure. Haven't flown out of this airport in real life. Cutout, monitoring 1. 1 stable. After start flows. So flight control check. Pull up. Pull down. Control. Pull left. Pull right. Control. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Flight controls checked. Verified takeoff speeds 44650 down. That's fine. Before taxi checklist, generators on, APU off, start switches continuous, propete on, anti-ice off, aircon, packs auto, bleeds on, isolation valve auto, flaps 5 required, 5 selected, green light, snap trim 6.3 units required, 6.3 set, start levers idle, D10, flight controls checked, and recall checked as well. Taxi checklist complete, ready to go. Brakes release, config checked. Lisbon traffic Ryanair 2 Tango November taxi, holding point runway 02 via Zulu 3, Mike 4 and Mike 5.
Au revoir.
Did he say au revoir? Can't really tell. There is a guy over there, interesting livery. Right side clear. Left side clear as well. This is Mike 5, we're entering. So I think we can go first. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing waiting for us. So of course we'll take the full length. So all the way down here. So before takeoff checklist down to the line. Let's say we told the cabin that we have a very short taxi and they're ready, okay? Because I don't really want to delay. So cabin ready. So okay, before takeoff checklist down to the line. Config check, flaps 5 green light, and step trim we've got 6.3 units set. And takeoff briefing reviewed, cabin secure. Any changes to departure briefing? None. Are we ready to go? We are ready. 2 minutes 30 seconds coming up. Will be 3 minutes by the time we set the takeoff thrust. So very good. So approaching Mike 5. This is the Cat 2 holding points. Cat 2, Cat 3 holding points. Left side clear. Right side clear. Ready to go. For traffic right there. 2 Tango November, line up runway 02 via Mike 5. Lisbon. So before takeoff checklist below the line, MCP is set transponder TARA, strobe lights on, land lights on. Before takeoff checklist complete. So ready for go? Let's go. Lisbon traffic Ryanair 2 Tango November, takeoff runway 02, all board 1 X-ray departure. So lights on, stable, takeoff. So takeoff thrust set, indications normal. Checked. Across the left side.
V1. Okay.
Positive ring.
Get up. So 400 feet, verify roll mode, heading select. Let's go LNAV now. LNAV. 1000 feet. Bug up. But first, yeah, there's no effort to bug up for me, so trim, that's 1. Bug up, command. Show wheel steering pitch. Okay, that's because. So let's go level change, it will be MCP speed checked. Thumbs up. I just realized I didn't set the MFR on the over here, but yeah. The MFD, it's 1,000 feet, yeah, so that's fine. And we are clear of the terrain nicely, so no issues there. So 3,000 feet, flaps up the lights, VNAV. Okay, after takeoff checklist. So since we are cleared to a flight level, set standard first. Takeoff checklist, icon and press. Cabin is climbing div 2. Is set. Engine start switches off.
Lisbon Traffic, muito boa tarde.
Landing gear up and off.
863.
Auto brake off.
We will
Flaps
now initiate
up, no
pushback from
lights.
Aston.
Altimeters. Set standard. Passing flight level 5-1. Now checked. Takeoff checklist complete. 220 knots restriction. Yep, that gives us a nice turn here. 20-degree bank. No issues. The LFM seems to have a bit of trouble. Interesting. That gets helped a little. So let's say further climb, flight level 240, whatever, yeah, some reasonable flight level. Match heading as well. Beautiful departure here out of Lisbon, by the way. Very nice. Okay, accelerating now to 250 knots, passing gear restriction.
Lisbon Traffic, Ryanair RWY, Takeoff,
It is a bit turbulent, but it's I would say it's an appropriate level of turbulence, so yeah, we can take the belts off. So passing flight of 100, lights. Just improve. Okay, altimeters, passing flight level 14105 now, 10 checks, fuel. Balanced, 6 pumps on, lights, APU, fasten belts, icon and press, level div 4, checked, recall, checked, data checks complete. Put the radar on the side, increase the range, reset, reset. Okay, that's my bad because they were already gone, yeah. That 530, by the way, that was for the ILS into Lisbon, yeah. Alright, it's gonna be relatively uneventful from here on. We'll see you for a bit of an earlier than normal because we're gonna have to brief the arrival into Madeira in detail. See you then. cover back. Currently on descent passing flight level 130. Let's get the fasten belts on. Preparation for arrival at Madeira. Funchal. So currently we are on descent towards waypoint Mike Alpha 534 on the arrival. This is the Rakuman Papa arrival, fairly straightforward, just now towards Mike Alpha 534, 4,000 above. And then it's to Pilum, 3,000 above, the initial approach fix, 6 miles. At the moment 05 is in operation for Madeira, and the winds, just checked, quite interesting, you can see 35016. So actually technically this is out of limits because the max for that quadrant 350 is 15 knots steady wind. Gust up to 25, it's 16, so currently it's technically out of limits, but you know what, it's fine, yeah, it's flight simulator, we will just take it. Minimum descent altitude is 940 at 50 feet to 990, that is the score. So the plan is from Pilip, the chart calls for a descent, sorry, level 3000 until Mike Alpha 564. Mike Alpha 564 we will start to, by then we will start to extend the flaps, get everything ready, get the aircraft ready for the approach. Then Mike Alpha 566 we will start to configure the aircraft for landing, so gear down flap 15, flap 5, gear down flap 15, all that from up for 568, continue about 3 nautical miles, and then from there we start the baster. Once we're about to beam the airport, once we're about to beam Kilo, the waypoint Kilo, and then the minimum 850 Kilo, and then follow the lead-in lights to Rosario, minimum 460, and then we follow the Papi all the way down. I'm going to take the GPWS terrain inhibit switch on, because I don't want any nuisance warnings for the arrival. Gonna be challenging, definitely, windy as well, so yeah, we'll have to do our best. So the plan is we're going to be probably level about 1,005 feet or so. So after Pilip, after Mike Alpha 564 mandatory 3,000, we won't take 3-degree descent path as plotted over here. We will do something like 1,000 feet, by the way, passing flight level 100 lights. So altimeter is passing flight level 97 now. That checks fuel balanced, 4 pumps on, lights, EPU, fasten belts, air corner press, cabin descending now, div 3.8, recall, checked, bank anchor selected, 25 degree, 10 checks complete. So we're cleared down to flight level 60 by air traffic control, let's say, and currently over this island of Villa Balera, where there is a Porto Santo airport here. So let's call it Unicom. Madeira traffic, Ryanair 6, correction 2 Tango November, currently setting passing flight level 80 inbound, Mike Alpha 5, 6, correction inbound waypoint Pilip for the RNP Alpha approach from the 05, Madeira. Okay, so yeah, we've got about 1,000 feet minutes, keep it down, monitor the altitudes. I haven't flown in here before, there was no test sector, nothing, so it'll be interesting, yeah. And even if this goes terribly, I will just upload the video here, who cares? It will be fun, yeah, definitely. It will be challenging. So let's say air traffic control says further descent down to 3,000 feet. So descent 3,000 feet. Okay, let's do the approach checklist. First of all, set local QNH. It's now 10. Oh, this is wrong, of course. Landing on route, that's what we want. 1018. So once, twice, and 3 times. QNH 1018 is set. So approach checklist. Temperature instruments set and cross check passing 7,400 feet now. Checked and approach aids. We just have to find approach cone 049er. There is Funchal Viora 109.0, but we're not going to tune it because they want nuisance things in AMD. Drag required 255, that's fine. Approach check is complete. So, there is the island already. You can really see a bit of turbulence starting to hit the aircraft. Speed is a little high, but that's fine. It's not a big problem. There is currently an aircraft caliber 0815 probably doing circuits because he departed from Porto Santo and probably now towards Madeira. Hopefully, he doesn't beat it too much. I mean, I don't mind holding. You can hold it PLIP required, but yeah, shall see. So we're speeding up a little. Yeah, if we continue to go fast, I'm gonna take out the. I'm gonna take out the speed brake. So far, it seems to be still okay. So we'll keep it a bit fast. It's fine. No traffic in the area. We can exceed the 250 a bit, quite a bit. So we're passing the transition level now. Terrain display can come on site. And once we visual terrain, once I pass this group of clouds there, then I will, I'll get the terrain inhibit switch there. So Funchal VOR should be just over there. This, you need to see it. Yes, no. I might have tuned in the wrong frequency actually, but okay, that probably isn't the frequency then. Okay, whatever. It's there's no guidance anyway. This is an RMP approach, yeah. So we're fine. Okay, PLIP max 230 knots. We're definitely gonna be below that, so no issues there. It is a bit turbulent for sure. Start to feel it already. So we'll follow the deceleration schedule of the aircraft. If it wants it to be slower, we'll keep it slower. Yeah. But by Mike Alpha 564, I want to be already flaps 1 and configuring slowing down. But if the aircraft wants to do it earlier, the VNAV wants to do it earlier, that's fine by me as well. We'll see. Shading. That 16, no problems. There you go. That's where the Funchal VOR is located, somewhere over here. Bridge. Okay, missed approach. It's going to be 3,000 feet, but the missed approach point is Mike Alpha 566. We are visual, so I'm going to turn this thing to off, terrain inhibit. Continue lowering down to 1,000. Then once we're ready, we'll switch it back. So let's go directly Mike Alpha 564. So let's go flaps 1. Speed to vent. And now we can go level change, MSV speed. So there you go, there's the airport. Look at these windmills, quite an interesting sight. Very nice. This is a very nice scenery, by the way, by Elting. People say that this is... Well, I picked it up because it's apparently the best rendition of Madeira there is, so yeah. Seems to be worth it. Okay, what I'm gonna do
2,500.
The vertical speed about 700 feet per minute. Okay, MSV speed, vertical speed. We'll see where that brings us. So that waypoint kilo, we want to be 850. So if you reach at about 1000, I think that's fine. There are traffic right there. 2 Tango November, currently descending, passing 2,400 feet. Left correction, right downwind for the runway 05 approach, Madeira. Let's have it clear for the approach. Let's get the cabin crew fully seated. Cabin crew, seats for landing. So let us go this heading select. So airport is over there on that side. Very nice. You can see the race car. Yeah, it's quite interesting that you have all that below the runway. Is that an aircraft there? There is. Some large aircraft. Oh, it's the KLM, right? The KLM aircraft. So. So now's a good time to configure. Gear down, lap 15. Lap 30. We do auto brake 3 landing, parking stand Alpha 5. And also technically we are above max landing weight for Ryanair. Not for this aircraft, but for Ryanair we are. Okay, I'll just take note in the future. Not to take so much. Yeah, I'll modify the sim brake profile not to take so much passengers. Or it chooses to close out. Yeah. So beam kilo, we start the right turn. Alright, landing checklist. Start switch is continuous. Speed brake out. No, not yet. Recall. Checked. Speed brake on green light. Landing gear down 3 green. And auto brake 3 set. Landing lights are on. Landing checklist complete. So start the right hand turn now. Let's say clear to land. On hold.
1,000.
Check. So spin it all the way around. Continue your visual. So reset missed approach altitude is set. There are traffic right there. Tango November, final runway 05 Madeira. Okay, so now we start to look out traffic. Okay, disconnecting. Manual flight, recycle flight directives. Okay, we see the leading lights, no problem. Kilo cross at 850, so now will be a good time to reduce thrust and descent. Check the vertical speed. Speed pass, correcting. Checked. Okay, a bit left of center line, correcting.
400. $300. 150, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, speed brake up, as normal. Manual braking. Alright, safely down here to Madeira. Some trim 4 units. Air traffic, Ryanair 2 Tango November, runway 05 vacated taxi, Bravo, stand Alpha 5, Madeira. Okay. FPS isn't the best, but yeah, I don't do... Well, KLM 7.8, interesting. I think I know why it's showing us as a 7.8, because originally he connected as a 736, but well, KLM doesn't operate such aircraft, so it just kind of defaulted to 7.8. I think at least. Okay, how's the trip doing? It's at 4 units. Very nice. So, oh, well, that's 05. That's outstanding. Apologies for the harsh braking. Let's start the APU, although we have to wait 3 minutes. So 7.3 is all the way at the end. So let's set the brakes. Park brake set. Now waiting for the APU. Actually waiting for the 3-minute timer, yeah. APU can come on the bus. Alright, 2 blue, 1 red, 3 minutes, engine's dead. Cabin crew, doors to disarm, cross check. Spooling down, 2000 standby. Oh, my computer's not loving the FPS here. Yeah. Okay, 1 and 2 below 20%. Collision light come off. Right, transient shutdown checklist. Electrical on the APU, fast belts off, probe heat, auto. Anti-ice off, voice recorder on. Echo packs, auto, engine bleeds on, APU bleed off. Exterior lights set, start switches off, auto brake off. Speed brake down D10, flaps up, no lights. Parking brake set, start levers cut off. Weather radar off, transponder 2000 standby, CVR CB in, and cockpit door is unlocked. Transient shutdown check is complete. Alright, excellent. Yeah, that was pretty nice. I mean, I messed up the turn to final there. I should have turned a bit earlier, and the wind gave me the illusion that I was very much to the left, so I overcorrected a bit. But for yeah, for not having been to Madeira for a long time, I would say it's pretty decent. Yeah. And yeah, I probably need to, well, see what's wrong, because the FPS is really bad here. Might be the scenery, might be something wrong with my computer. Yeah, because this is not fun, yeah. Having to come in this kind of, yeah, it's really not fun at all. Okay, we'll keep the APU, shut down the APU actually, yeah. Shut it down. Alright, very nice here in Madeira. The Ryanair 737. Thank you for watching and we see you in the next video.